What if the wisest man in history never claimed to be wise? What if the real power of philosophy wasn't in answers, but in the courage to ask better questions? Today, we step into the world of Socrates, not through ancient dust or academic walls, but through his own words, the words that shaped minds for millennia, and still whisper truths into the modern world. Socrates didn't write a single book. He didn't leave us a manual. What he left behind was a trail of dialogue, challenge, and relentless curiosity. And within that, he left us ideas that can still break us open and put us back together. These aren't just quotes, they're keys. Let's use them. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Let's start here, with humility. Socrates wasn't being cute. He was deadly serious. The people who claim to know it all, they're the most blind. But when you admit what you don't know, something amazing happens. You become teachable. You start listening. In a world obsessed with certainty, Socrates invites you to loosen your grip. Let go of your ego. Become a student again. Not knowing isn't failure. It's freedom. The unexamined life is not worth living. This quote wasn't part of a book. It was Socrates' final stand, spoken in the Athenian courtroom before he was sentenced to death. What did he mean? That life without reflection, without understanding why we live the way we do, is a shallow copy of the real thing. We run on autopilot. We chase goals we didn't choose. We inherit beliefs like hand-me-downs. But Socrates believed a meaningful life demands courage, the courage to ask hard questions, to confront who you are when the noise stops. You want purpose? Start examining. Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. In every question, wonder lives. Socrates saw wonder not as a childish phase, but as a sacred act. It's how we peel back the layers of what we assume is true. Think about it. When was the last time you truly wondered at something? Not judged it, not explained it, just stood in awe of it? Philosophy starts when you stop nodding and start asking, when you stare into the unknown and feel excited, not afraid. Wonder is your first step toward becoming wiser. Strong minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Weak minds discuss people. This is a challenge. Where does your attention go? Are you feeding on gossip? Are you stuck in daily drama, obsessed with what others are doing, saying, failing at? Or are you pushing yourself into deeper territory, thinking about justice, ethics, truth, beauty, power? Socrates knew that what we focus on shapes who we become. And if you spend your mental energy on small things, you become small. If you engage with great ideas, you stretch your soul. Feed your mind something worthy of it. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. This is the essence of the Socratic method. He didn't tell people what to believe. He questioned them, challenged them, dismantled their assumptions, until something real emerged. You can't be force-fed wisdom. You have to dig for it. Think of the teachers, mentors, or conversations that changed your life. Were they lecture halls? Or were they moments that cracked you open and forced you to see differently? Socrates knew. Real learning happens when you're uncomfortable, when you're thinking. To find yourself, think for yourself. It sounds simple. It's not. Because we're surrounded by noise, by other people's opinions, expectations, labels, algorithms. Socrates believed that identity wasn't found in the crowd. It was uncovered in solitude. You don't find yourself by mimicking. You find yourself by stripping away the noise, sitting still, and asking the hard questions. What do I believe? Why do I believe it? What matters to me? Not them. To think for yourself is rebellion. It's also the beginning of authenticity. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. There's debate about whether Socrates said this exact phrase, but it captures his heart perfectly. He believed that wrongdoing often came from ignorance, from suffering, from unseen pain. He didn't excuse evil, but he tried to understand it. What would change if we looked at others this way? Not as enemies or obstacles, but as humans in the middle of their own invisible wars. Kindness, in Socratic thought, isn't weakness, it's clarity. The wise person sees deeper than the surface. You don't lose anything by being kind. You gain the ability to understand. The secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Change isn't about destruction. It's about creation. Socrates understood this. You can waste your life trapped in regret, anger, and resistance. Or you can begin something new. Build new thoughts, new habits, new structures, a new version of yourself. Don't obsess over what went wrong. Start creating what could go right. Change doesn't come from rage alone. It comes from vision. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. Socrates taught that leadership was less about dominance, more about character. If you can't serve with humility, then power will corrupt you. If you haven't walked in others' shoes, you'll misuse every step you take. We chase influence. But Socrates reminds us, it starts with integrity. A great leader is built in the shadows, in the quiet moments of self-discipline, of listening, of serving others without reward. Want to lead? Learn how to serve first. Know thyself. This phrase was carved into the temple of Apollo in Delphi, and while Socrates didn't write it, he lived it. To know yourself isn't just to describe your personality. It's to study your motivations, your fears, your beliefs. It's to become a student of your own soul, because until you know yourself, you can't master yourself. And if you can't master yourself, the world will master you. This is the root, the foundation of everything Socrates taught. Know your biases, know your triggers, know what drives you, and what blinds you. It's not easy, it's not quick, but it is the most worthwhile journey you'll ever take. So now, we return to the question, what would Socrates say to you? He wouldn't give you a list of commandments. He wouldn't offer you a slogan or a shortcut. He would look you in the eye and ask, are you thinking? Are you reflecting? Are you becoming? Because the answers you seek aren't in his quotes. They're in the quiet space you create to wrestle with them. Think. Reflect. Know yourself. That's where the real philosophy begins.